The Phoenix Suns coaching search has been downright weird. It's Erik Ruby with PHNX Suns here. Not necessarily the finalists that have been picked, but how many of them have reportedly advanced to the final round. It was early on reported that there was about 15-ish candidates that are being brought in for the first round of coaching. Then that got whittled down to about 9. Originally, earlier this week, we knew that it would be whittled down to about 3, maybe 4 candidates. That then expanded to 5. That then expanded to 6 recently when Mark Spears reported that David Fizdale will join the list of Sean Sweeney, Chris Quinn, Johnny Bryant, Jordan Ott, and Dave Bliss as candidates to replace Mike Budenholzer with the Phoenix Suns. Now, Steven and I over on PHNX Suns have broken down all these individual coaches and how they fit with the Suns, their time in the league, their credentials. So I'm not going to really dive into that side of things here, but there's just something on my mind with this, and it's just strange how we've gotten the information. It's strange how it's continued to add more and more and more and more as time has gone on for these, quote, final round of interviews, right? And the difference in names that are being reported as well, because a name I didn't even mention there at the beginning, Mike Budenholzer, some sources are also reporting, is still in the running to become the next Phoenix Suns head coach. Now, you do start to wonder, is there continuity? Is there that buzzword alignment when it comes to what this coaching search is, who the Phoenix Suns are looking for, as in Brian Gregory, Matt Ishbia, and maybe Josh Bartelstein? We're not 100% sure about that. You wonder if they don't have a full plan of what is going to go on and what they think is best, and they continue to add and add and add and add. And maybe that screams that they're not confident in their initial decision to whittle it down to 2 or 3. Maybe there really is that many great candidates that could be the next Phoenix Suns head coach, whether it is, longtime assistant coaches that have been outside the Suns, or somebody like David Fizdale, who has spent the last couple of years with the Suns through 2 head coaches now in Mike Budenholzer and Frank Vogel. You don't usually see coaching searches reported like this, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe you get some finalist reports, or so-and-so is interviewing for a job if it's a big name. But this has just been weird. The reassurance that the Suns have been taking their time and they want to get this right. And I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they have been taking their time. But wouldn't it go to say that as time has gone on, you're actually able to whittle down your list instead of expand your list to 6 finalists? I mean, to go from 9 finalists in the second round to 6 finalists in the third round doesn't really make it seem like it's a final round like they've been saying, and it doesn't make it seem like we're going to get a decision as early as next week, which it seems like we've been on track for the last couple of weeks now. Now, is this a huge deal? Probably not. I mean, I hope it's not. I hope that it's maybe just different sources are leaking different information and it's all coming out at different times, but maybe this is a decision that was made all at once. Maybe it was 6 names all at once. But to me, it screams late additions. It screams disjointedness in that front office, whether it's coming from leaks or from actual people making the decisions. Either way, it just doesn't feel aligned, which is so weird to say, and I hate saying it because it is that buzzword that we've been talking about so much with alignment with the Phoenix Suns. But you really don't know what to expect at this point. Do you worry that somebody like Brian Gregory, who this is the first time he's ever stepped in this position, maybe he tried to whittle it down to 2 or 3, didn't feel confident, added 4 and 5, didn't feel confident, added 6. Maybe Brian Gregory went with his original list, brought it to somebody, maybe a group of other consultants in the front office, or possibly Matt Ishbia, the owner and governor of the Phoenix Suns, and there were disagreements and there were more people added to the list. This could also just be nothing, right? Like, this could be that there was a decision made in the front office a couple of days ago and bits and pieces of it have been leaking out to the media. I'm not trying to be like doomsday guy here. I've just never really seen a coaching search like this, and I've never really seen it play out in the media like this either. And with it being so important and with so much emphasis on getting this coaching hire right after 2 failed head coaches in a row in Frank Vogel and Mike Budenholzer, you really hope that the right people are making the right decision and that they're confident in that decision and that they know what they want and they know who they want. And if anything, the way that this has been reported, which is all that we can take from it, and I'm not saying it's law, I'm not saying it's finality, I'm not saying it's the final word on anything, or that it's actually indicative of what's going on. I'm merely speaking about what we are able to see in the media, in the reporting from an outside perspective. I'm not sitting in these meetings, I'm not talking to Matt Ishbia, I'm not talking to Brian Gregory, I'm not talking to any of these coaches, but I am picking up bits and pieces, and there are some worrying and concerning things that I have been picking up over time. But are you worried and concerned with how this Phoenix Suns coaching search is playing out? Are you like one of the many people that have been in my mentions saying, it doesn't really matter who the Phoenix Suns hire from this specific group of candidates because so many of them are unproven? Minus David Fizdale, who has had multiple stints as a head coach, although the rosters that he was empowered with, and I use that word loosely, lacked a little luster, if you know what I mean. But let us know down in the comments below where you stand on the Phoenix Suns coaching search. Are you concerned? Are you worried? Does none of this really matter at all, and you're just waiting to hear what's actually going to happen with that head coaching position? Of course, PHNX Sports and PHNX Suns has you covered for an entire offseason of draft coverage, free agent coverage, rumors, trades, news, whatever it might be. We have it all right here on our channel, PHNX Sports, and in your PHNX Suns audio feed. Like, subscribe, rate 5 stars. That all goes a long way in growing the channel. And of course, if you're looking for other things from Diamondbacks who are in season, Cardinals off season, ASU, U of A, Mercury who are in the middle of the season, so much more, we have at gophnx.com and right here at PHNX Sports. Plus, you can become a diehard if you're catching this early enough. The sale has been extended, $36 intro offer for a summer deal for our diehards. Gophnx.com/join. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know if you're worried.